Oh, why hi there. It's me, Ted from Mob Rules, just pretending to not notice you while I do some light reading. I only get these for the articles. Whew. Oh, that's some hot reivers. But we're here for a different reason. We're here for First Strike. Ah! This thing is a brick. I'm really stoked about this. This is the thing that people have been talking about for a while. Those reivers. And some new Chaos Marines. And it looks like maybe some new sculpts of some Plague Walkers. I'm jazzed. When I got this, I thought it would be a lot bigger for $40. I mean, hey, that's awesome. But I don't know about you. I'm stoked to find out what it looks like on the inside. So I have some ideas of what I want to do with these guys. So why don't we go inside, slip into something comfortable, and talk about reivers, huh? All right, see you in there. All right, guys, here we are, the First Strike box, and yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say about it. I mean, it's kind of adorable. You know, I don't know. It's yeah. So it's a box. It has plastic. All right, but we're gonna get right into it because that's really what matters. So off with the shrink wrap. Sorry for those that whose accent I butchered. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. There it is. All right, it's got little tabby bits. And I say that just in case you're visually impaired and couldn't see that there was tabby bits. All right. Ooh. Okay. This is nifty. I forgot all about that, but there is. Okay. There's our box. Hi. You're empty. Oh man. All right. Real quick, I'm gonna turn this over. There it is. There's our containers. It's kind of interesting because it looks like it's. It kind of looks as though it's lightly photoshopped-ish photos of the actual model. It's crazy. No, this really looks like the models. Like they just took pictures, doctored it slightly, probably reduced the clarity. But I mean, yeah, you can kind of see like where they didn't quite put it together perfectly. You know, like those imperfections, which I think is kind of neat. I don't know if that was intentional, like they decided to do that at one point, but models, like model assembly in their photos has been like less than quality. But it's like a company that usually has such great attention to detail to do that. It makes me think that they're doing that on purpose to kind of humble it a little bit. Anyway, so no fault. I think that's really awesome. I think it's a neat way of looking at it. So there's the box. This is our terrain piece, your auto terrain, and we have some blue Marines. So let's start with our blue Marines. Okay, so this is the Primaris. All right. So I kind of went over the models before in the Dark Empire box. Dark Empire. Anyway. But I didn't really go over them too much. These look like they're kind of the same idea, but it looks like they're a little bit more snap and fit, where the other ones, I think they just went together like a particular way. These are actually just snap together. So when they're saying easy to put together, I mean, what they really meant was no glue necessary. But, you know, the dope thing about this, I think, is, oops, there, let's see if we can, there we go. I'll bring it down here a little bit. Hi. I don't know. I think we're just going to deal with the shoddy lighting. I can do the... There we go. Get the ISO up. But it looks like there is some little ball socket in there, even though there's a tabby thing, and it looks like it's supposed to go together one way. It looks like you just kind of like shave off the bottom nub and then have like a ball socket. Because it looks like... Yeah, here we go. Looking down into his neck. Let's flip it upside down. Maybe that'll be a little better light. Okay, there we go. You can kind of... Yeah, so there's a little bit of mutability. You'll be able to modify these a little bit if you're that type. If you're the modifier type. So it looks like the shoulder pads are going to be a problem. But we saw that in the Dark Heresy or Dark Empire. So we kind of knew that was coming. Like, these are not designed to be too mutable, just a little bit. It looks like you're probably going to be able to put together, you're going to be able to like adjust the arms a little bit on some of these. Because I don't see anybody who's... Okay, here's one bolter that's being held by two hands. Other than that, it looks like you're going to be able to move the arms up and down and kind of pose it just slightly the way you want to. And I'm not too sure. It looks as though... So there's all these pegs. And it looks as though the pegs... Okay, there's one arm that doesn't have a shoulder pad, so this is going to be connected to that. You have to use that. These guys, the pegs are off at separate angles, so it looks as though like arm swaps is not just going to be an easy one, kind of a done deal thing. It looks as though you're probably going to have to, unless you want to do some modification, it's kind of the way it wants to be. And actually, now that I look at that with the angles, more than likely you're only going to put the arms on one particular way, unless you do like a radical change. But I don't know. That's okay. I don't know, whatever. I'm up to chopping things to pieces and repositioning, so I hope you are too. Now, these guys are kind of nuts. I think that, like the chainsword gave you the ability to use an extra close combat attack, or get an extra close combat attack, and somehow the combat blades are letting you do that too. This is kind of concerning a little bit, because it kind of, in my opinion, cheapens the chainsword. But whatever. I have to say, I kind of dig... Dude, that arm, it looks awesome. Right there. That's probably the sergeant, I'm guessing, because it looks like he has a little techie bit. There's probably a little sensor of some sort. That fuzzy thing that I was kind of showing you. But, I don't see it on the others. Nobody else seems to have it. Yeah, so this is the heavy... some sort of rifle. Well, that's kind of neat. Oh, man, check that out. You see that right there? It looks like they took the muzzle, what is it called, a muzzle flash? Yeah, so they just drilled it out for you. So that's pretty dope. So then if you just do the barrel, you're good. But it looks like these guys are going to be pretty static as well. So it looks like, we have the front end legs, then the back, then the backpack, head, arms, and that's it. It's really... what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces? Yeah, that's about it. That's about all. If you want to do anything fancy with them, you really have to cut in there and change things up, which I'm going to do. So if you stick with this, I think next video or the video after that might be me chopping these guys up and making them into Iron Hands. I have to read the fluff on them because I know that Iron Hands don't... Scouts in the Iron Hands don't have bionics. They're not supposed to. They're initiates, so I'm not too sure how the reivers go. I don't know what the fluff is on them. If they are... I don't think they're like scouts. I don't think they're initiates. I think they're whatever. Cream of the crop. So it shouldn't be a problem. I can give them bionic legs. I'm actually kind of thinking that with these guys that what I'll do is, have you seen those like who was that runner that had the Olympic runner that had his legs amputated or lower legs amputated, and he had those like spring things? I'm thinking about doing something like that. So it almost has this like he has that chicken leg kind of feel a little bit. So it wouldn't be a spring so much, but give him extra like hop. So that would, I think these guys, I can't remember if they go 6 inches or not. I think they go just a little bit faster than a regular Marine, but that would probably justify that. Okay, so on to the chaos. All right, what do we... It's kind of, what is it? What color is this? I thought it was gonna be green. It's actually kind of a brown. So flip C over. Man, it looks like a lot of these guys are... I mean, this is like a one piece. He's just done. Then it looks like that guy is kind of the same way. So he's just done. These look like they're different than what came in the Dark Empire. Dark Imperium. Oh, dude, look at that. Like that guy with his like his breather dripping goo all over his hatchet. Yeah. Oh, was it Ali Morrison? I think in an interview was talking about, like, he was really going to town I think he modeled these guys, but he was coming up with like backstories for all of them, like when he was designing them. Not necessarily these, but it was the other set. And he was like, oh, that guy's probably a plumber, and that guy was like a guardsman, but doesn't realize he's a poxwalker now, so he's carrying that shotgun even though it doesn't work anymore. So you just like imagine like, what are these guys? It actually looks like a chisel, and there's a hammer, so it looks like that guy might have been like a mason, maybe. So we have like the woodsman. Like this guy was probably. He's probably a guardsman. I see like some grenades on there, like some grenades on a chain. So he's probably kind of lost his marbles a bit. I kind of wonder what's in his hand. No, it just looks like pus and stuff. So who knows what that guy is? I don't know what that guy would be. Sometimes I guess they're just guys that been hanging out or just looking to brawl. Okay, so that's them. Let's see, what are we gonna do with these? So the Plague Marines, 3 of these dudes, looks like a power fist. Well, that's kind of interesting. We're missing a finger on there. 3 fingers and a thumb. And I kind of dig that those inset skulls. Like that's a really cool detail. I mean, just like a lot of these Plague Marines, I was really unhappy with like the last evolution of Plague Marines, but these guys, they brought the ruckus. Like they really did it. It's kind of like the old school Plague Marines meets like a little bit of the that was the 4th or 5th edition Codex type stuff, but when they actually came out with the models, it just looked like somebody had smeared green stuff on them. Like this actually looks thought out, and these are great. Oh, there's that grenade launcher. That's dope. I wonder if they're gonna have other weapons that are kind of underslung like that. Proper. But oh yeah, going back to this one, that's kind of neat. I think like they are snap fit, of course, but the way they're putting these together, like the engineering on these is just ridiculous. It's like that. Just a slight rim of the shoulder pad is gonna fit nicely into the Marine and such. It's dope. It's gonna look amazing when it's put together for sure. I was kind of noticing, or kind of felt as though the plane across the leg was a bit flat with these guys because of their loincloth. It'd be nice to be able to get some more details, some like things coming out or something, or just to bring one back a little bit more, or push one further. Bring something forward. But yeah, I don't know, something about it. It's just like this flat plane. So I think it just needs a little bit of adjustment there. But I don't know, maybe that's realistic. It probably is. It's realistic-ish. Although it does kind of feel like it's spanning it. Like it's not like it's like a naturally draping loincloth, but like a webbed hand or something like that. Does that make sense? Anyway, so that's that. Dice, ruler, 6-inch ruler. And there we go. First strike. Ooh, what is that? Oh, this is the game mat. Okay. So we'll take a look at that in a second. Alright. So I swear at some point I'm going to invest in a camcorder so you don't have to worry about me forgetting to zoom over and over and over. So here we go. We'll read this first. Perhaps it should have been put on top of the models because I definitely did not read it first. Okay, so yeah, so it looks like a quick run through on how the game works. I'm not going to bore you with all that because you know how the game works, or not. And then here's the core rules. Shooting phase, movement phase, secondary. This is really neat. I love that they're putting these in everything. Data sheets. Okay, so that doesn't tell you how to make an army. I wonder, real quick, I just want to see if, because they have missions in here, if they talk about armies or if they have force organization charts. I love that they're putting girls in here. That makes me happy. So maybe if we pretend that there's enough girls in here, then there'll be actual girls that play. Which probably sounded really creepy the way I said that, huh? Okay, so here's the putting together stuff. Oh, these are cool. Oh my gosh. The data cards. Oh, I really, 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 really hope they make these for everything. Oh, these are so cool. Wow. I love it. I love it. Guys, this is awesome. So it has your power level, of course. Oh, man. Poxwalkers, we know how those things work. Let's see, what do we need to know on these guys? That we need to know about their blight grenade, plasma gun, blight launcher. Here we go. 24-inch assault 2, strength 6, AP -2, D3 wounds, plague weapons. I can reroll ones. All right, there we go. Incestor squad, we know how those work. Reaver squad. Yeah, heavy bolt pistol. It's just a one-shot, strength 4, -1. So just it's real simple. Shot grenades. This is the everybody hits -1. It can okay, and your guys can't fire Overwatch into them. Yeah, there's no fear, and the Terror Troops abilities are not used when playing through your 4 introductory. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! You know what I just noticed? Ultramarines. Ultramarines. Yeah, that means my iron hands are gonna have to wait. Ah, poop. Oh well. I mean, we're gonna be getting a codex. They said by the end of the month, so I'm sure those guys will be in it. I hope. Otherwise, I will have some Ultramarines iron hands, or is it Iron Hands Ultramarines? So anyway, this is it. Oh wait. I guess we should look at that map. Nah. Okay, fine. Okay. Convince myself. I was just thinking, like, it's gonna be really hard to film. But screw it. I love you guys that much. Alright. Blah, blah, blah. This is cool. Look at that. Oh, man. I love it. Oh, interesting. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take you off the tripod, and we're just gonna kind of handy cam this. Okay. Can I ISO it up a bit? Nope, I can't. So one thing, it's just dark. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe I can, yeah, whatever. It's just gonna be dark. So I think this is kind of cool, like where they did take like Photoshop elements that they already have in the world. Like I have some of those. You could buy those craters, and they just painted it, photoshopped it in there. It's not even actually laying in there. That's a what do you call it? Outer glow is the effect that they use. But yeah, it looks like it's photoshopped real images. Looks like you're probably going to have your deployment zones, A, B, C, D, and that's it. So that'll be your mission. They really hand it to you. As I make a mess all over the place. And then, yeah, another board with a slightly different color. So, well, that's it, guys. Yeah, I think it's cool. I kind of wanted to get that board, but I didn't really want to pay the price for it. I was like an old free balling over here. So yeah, I think it's really worth it. I mean, $40, like you're getting a decent amount, and like I may or may not. I'll play with this map with my son. I'm not gonna be like, yo man, check it out, I got this sweet new map. But it's a neat idea. I mean, it didn't cost him hardly anything, I'm sure. So. The models look really good. I'm really excited. I love a challenge. I love it when they give me something that's a little bit derpy. And those aren't derpy, I shouldn't say that, but I do like it when they're a little bit hard to work with. It kind of gives like, it takes a little bit more creativity to kind of jump in there and like make it unique. And so that's kind of nice. Like it wasn't like saturated with detail. Like the Plague Marines are going to be really hard to modify versus the Space Marines, who are a lot cleaner. But because like my Plague Marines are kind of like orky Plague Marines, I have to like orc them up a little bit. But anyways, that's here nor there. But yeah, I think it's really worth it. $40, dude. This is amazing. Like there's a lot of good content in here. So thumbs up. Anyway, I got some more stuff coming down the pipe. I got some questions asking about rivets. I'm going to show you guys how to do rivets real quick. For those of you who don't want to bother going through the entire servo arm tutorial. So we'll talk a little bit about that. I know I did get a request for some how to paint iron hands. I'm going to get to you on that. I'm sorry it's taken a bit. I just got a lot of stuff going on. And the rivets are really easy, and it kind of fits into my flow. And also, a long time ago, somebody asked for the grot tanks. Don't worry, I'll get to it. I said it to everyone. But it happened. It just takes a while. Anyway, so good to see you guys. Bye.